Hello, namaste, blessings and greetings. Happy 4th of July, my beautiful Sagittarius community. Thank you for joining me. This is Tigra, a sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All, your Sagittarius channel here on YouTube, bringing you clarity and light and peaceful messages that are guided from the universe for the Sagittarius community. If you're not already a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and the all notification button so that you too can be notified, hopefully by YouTube, every time I upload content. If not, you can always search for my channel directly by its full title, Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All. Okay? We're going to continue now as we move forward on this 4th of July. I was taking this time of an opportunity to not only wish you a happy 4th of July, but also to continue with your July energetic readings. You know, it's the new month, and we're going to start tapping into those energies for the month of July. So this will be a combined reading. I usually do them separately, but for time and space, I'm going to do a combined reading for the month of July for your crystal and as well as your affirmations together. Okay? And if you like that format, instead of me doing it separately, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear below how you're spending this 4th today. Are you doing anything in particular? Are you traveling? Are you just home with friends and family? Or if you don't celebrate the 4th of July, for whatever reason. Wherever you are, I hope that you are safe. And I will post a special 4th of July reading for Sagittarius as we celebrate independence for the United States of America. I know a lot of my subscribers are from the United States, but some of you are not. We will celebrate our own independence as individuals as a sign of Sagittarius. And we're going to ask the universe to present to us on this Independence Day anything that we need to know, or maybe some things that we need to work on to improve our independence, or to be more thankful of the freedoms and independence that we are granted and are free to, live out. Okay. So let's see what crystals energies, and again, crystals are like any other religious tool that you will use, for your upkeep and your spiritual fortitude. You may or may not be into crystals, and that's okay, but you can still use these crystal readings as a little introduction into the different type of crystals. Normally with my crystal readings, I will usually be guided to 4 or 5 crystals per reading, and I do crystal readings twice a month, once in the beginning and then again the mid-month updates. So you have the opportunity to learn at least, for a month, anywhere from 5 to 10 different crystals and their meanings. And even if, like I said, even if you're not into crystals, you might find that maybe you're experiencing or you're going through something in life, and a particular crystal's energy matches what you're going through. So never say never, right? Be open like with everything else. Okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we're going to start out with the agatized coral. It's like a yellow golden color, and you're more than welcome, after you watch these videos, to go on the internet or wherever you go, whether you go to a physical crystal shop or metaphysical store. Just make sure that you are getting genuine crystals, to look more into the crystal, to physically touch and see the crystals. Most people will say that with most things that you gravitate to, you have to have that feeling. You have to feel the energy within you. You have to feel a connection to the crystal. So again, your experience on what you choose to select in your crystal collection or choose not to select is really a personal decision. So we're introducing for the month of July, at least for this first half, the agatized coral, the yellow jasper, the turquoise, and Tekite, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Tekite. I guess the most popular out of all of these would be turquoise, because turquoise is definitely a Sagittarius stone, for those of us born in November and December Saggies. And the second most popular would be the yellow jasper. I'm not too familiar with the agatized coral or the tekite, but as I go through these different crystals, if you are familiar with them, if you have them in your collection, if you use them, or if you sell crystals and you sell these in particular, by all means, share in the comments. That's what this community is for us to network and talk to each other and help each other and, give information if we can provide it. So let's focus in on this agatized coral. Corals grow in the colonies in the sea. They're interconnected and they're intertwined, and their weakness is in isolation. So the agatized coral works in the concentration of community. Okay? The agatized coral reminds us that there is power in working together as a community. Mutual support and help make each of us stronger. This particular gemstone is very helpful in helping you find your soul family or your soul tribe, so to speak. Those who are similar or share a similar vibration and purpose as you. You might have heard that term used in a reading or in conversation, my soul tribe, our soul tribe. That's talking about like people who kind of vibe religiously and move spiritually and believe in the same spiritual things that you do. That would be considered your soul tribe or your soul family. So this agatized coral kind of is like a reminder of that to you, to be in search of and to reach out and to be in community. And it's not always just about us being by ourselves, right? Even as we celebrate in the United States, Independence Day today, it's still about being together, being a collective, right? That's why we have these channels, on YouTube, not just to reach one Sagittarius, but to reach as many as we can, the community of Sagittarius. So this is a great crystal if you want to be reminded of the community, right? We have the community of saints. So we have communities in all forms of life. And it can remind you to be more involved in your community. It could remind you to lean on your community and to be available to your community, to have that relationship both back and forth within the community. A great affirmation, if you were to choose to use the agatized coral or you already have it in your possession, would be being part of a community with mutual support of one another can be a benefit for all involved. Okay, the stone is like a off-white kind of muted mustard type of yellow with hues of brown. Okay, and as you can see, there's different variations because it's a community of crystals, right? So there's different crystals that make up this agatized coral. So that's a new one to me. I've never heard of that one before. So that might be something you might be interested in adding to your collection or looking into further. And now we go on to the yellow jasper, which is a little bit more familiar. Almost wants to be in the same color family as the agatized coral, but with a little bit more of a yellow golden tone. This is tapping into the energies of being in the present moment, being in the now. And that's always something that we want to be in, right? We don't want to forget the past. We want to learn from it. And it's great to look towards the future, but it's more important that we are in the now and be mindful of the moments that we are actually experiencing, what we are actually in, right? The past is already gone. The future is not promised. But as we speak and breathe and gather today, this is real. This is in the moment. And this is what we should be feeling and enjoying and experiencing. So the yellow jasper will remind you of that. Keeping this crystal in your car, your pocketbook, on top of your altar, or anywhere where you need to be reminded sometimes, when you get lost or you feel like you're getting pulled back to the past, or you're daydreaming too much about the future, like, hey, I'm worrying about the wrong things, that I'm not living in the moment. I'm bypassing the most important time that I have, which is now. Okay? Because we know the past is gone and the future isn't here yet. So being in the present is so important. So this would be a really high suggested crystal. I would say for anyone to have in their collection, even if you're not a real crystal, enthusiast. This definitely, being in the present moment, we all need to be reminded of. So if you find yourself worrying about the future, preoccupied with the past, this yellow jasper crystal has the color of joy. And when we think of joy, we think of sunshine, yellow, right? Bright yellow energy, the sun shining upon us, being happy. The sun, when we draw the sun and color the sun, it's the color of yellow. So we think of yellow as a very happy and joyful color, and that's the color that is in the yellow jasper to remind us of the happiness that we can be and appreciate if we live in the moment. It reminds you to live in the now. Your past has no power over you. That is gone. That's already happened. And your future hasn't even happened yet. And it's only created from the moments you experience now. So try to be in this moment now. In any situation that you're in, even if it's not the best, see the good in it, but still appreciate the moment that you're in currently. Try to be joyful, see the best in all situations. And not only will your present moments that you're living in be more happy and you'll have a better experience, but guess what? You're creating a better path, a brighter path toward your future. So just think of it. The things that you have learned from your past and the groundwork that you're building now in the foundation in this present moment will make your future brighter, will align with where you want to be and who you want to be in your future. A great affirmation when using the yellow jasper crystal is, I choose to be in the present moment with positive thoughts. So not only do you want to be in the present moment, right, but you want to be positive. Because if you're dreaming about the future and you're fantasizing about the future, guess what? Your future can't be anything you want it to be if in the present you're not living right life, or in the present you are not appreciative and you're not happy. So I love that energy. I think, again, it would be a crystal that I would recommend and suggest to many of you. That is followed by the turquoise, which is probably one of the most popular crystals next to amethyst. This particular turquoise, as you can see, is a turquoise which is like in little chunks, like with the turquoise with the kind of silverish black color in between. Turquoise is a very popular jewelry when it comes to crystals. You can have earrings and necklaces and pendants, bracelets, charms, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. Hair pieces, hair ornaments, hair clips, different home decor items can have turquoise within them. So it is a very, very, very popular. If you go into any metaphysical store or any type of gift shop where jewelry is sold or crystals are sold, you will definitely always come across a lot of turquoise. Those in the Navajo, who wear a lot of Navajo type jewelry, a lot of that turquoise is made up into those jewelry pieces. So it's very popular, as it should be, because as you see here, the energy with turquoise is heaven on earth. And when I look at turquoise, or I hold a piece of turquoise, that's what it feels like. There's just something so magnetic and magical about the color turquoise. So I'm not surprised that it is one of the stones for Sagittarius. And a lot of us tend to wear it and we're attracted to it. So let's hear a little bit more about turquoise, because we see it, but do we really know about its properties? So it is considered to be a sacred crystal by Native Americans, which I just mentioned. You will see a lot of that in Navajo jewelry and belt buckles, and headbands and all forms of jewelry, even in pieces, religious pieces, like I said, and tools and warrior attire. So not only did medicine men and warrior chiefs, and back in the early stages of Native Americans, it was such a valued and desired and important crystal that only Indian chiefs and the medicine men were allowed to wear it. The turquoise blue color represented the farther sky and the black areas in between, right? So we have the turquoise representing the farther sky, and the black in between symbolized Mother Earth uniting heaven and earth. Okay, so think of the blue in the turquoise, or the aqua in the turquoise, as the heaven, and the black in between as the earth. Again, uniting heaven and earth. Turquoise was thought to bring blessings from the heavens. Again, you've seen it in jewelry, in masks, in amulets. It's known for good luck, for power and protection, healing, and immortality. Those of you who have turquoise or wear turquoise a lot, a great affirmation when using this crystal or wearing it in a form of jewelry or anything else that we've just mentioned: I live a blessed life as I create heaven on earth. And having this turquoise should remind you that you can have heaven on earth. Life is what you make of it, Sagittarius. Each of you individually and us collectively as a community. So I love that turquoise. It represents that, and it's a beautiful reminder, not only physically with the beauty of the crystal, but spiritually the meaning of it, that we can have heaven on earth. It's within us. We just all have to make it happen for ourselves in whichever way we feel, what that energy of heaven means to us, and what makes us feel happy here while on earth. The final crystal that we're starting out with for the month of July is the Tektite, Tektite. It's very dark and black, and it's almost something, I want to say like the obsidian, those type of, or the tourmaline, those black crystals. And this is derived from a meteorite that had impacted with Earth's surface. It's in association with extraterrestrial influence. How interesting. And this is associated with the energy of star seed. The black color keeps you grounded on the earth plane, and the glossy sheen, which it does have a glossy sheen, whereas with tourmaline and with obsidian, sometimes there could be a little bit more matte and dull in color with black. But this with the glossy sheen deflects negativity from the dense vibration of this planet. Are there times that sometimes you feel you're from another galaxy, or that you don't belong here? Sometimes some people have that weird feeling, and it's okay. Then you might be a star seed, and you can benefit from the use and the connection of this. I'm saying Tektite, but it's Tektite. Tektite, Tektite, Tektite. Okay? So you might be a star seed. A great affirmation for those of you who have an attraction to this, or feel that you recognize the energy that this represents, is: as a star seed, I bring much light to planet Earth. Because you're saying, I'm here on this planet, but I really don't feel like I'm from this planet, but I do live here, so I'm going to contribute and try to work within the system, here on planet Earth. So what 4 beautiful crystals we have learned about today. Again, hopefully you have some of these, or at least you have the turquoise. If not, you might want to look into the agatized coral. Again, working about community, reminding you of community and togetherness and the strength that we have in a community. Or the beautiful yellow jasper, reminding you to always be in the moment, and appreciate life as you live it now. Or the beautiful turquoise, saying, hey, life isn't grand all the time, but you can find the people, the places, and things in life that can make you feel in your particular space like heaven on earth. And then finally, we close out with the Tektite, that black, kind of glossy stone, which ties into those of you who feel like you're a starseed, like you live here on earth, but you feel like maybe you're from somewhere else. But yet you want to contribute and you want to learn and live with everyone else. But you also recognize that you are different. So I hope these crystals can make their way into their home. And again, if you want to provide any additional insight, please feel free to do so. And that you'll come back during the mid-month of July for some additional crystals to add possibly to your collection. And if there's a particular crystal that you would like to know more about, by all means in the comments, mention it, and I'll be more than glad to see if I have some information on it, and I'll include it in the mid-month update. Now let's tap into our affirmations. These readings will be time-stamped as all my readings are. So we're starting now at 21:17 with the affirmations. And you know, affirmations are positive words that you speak into your life. You can speak them in the morning, at night, or all day. You can speak them whenever you have a need or desire to. There's never a wrong time to think and to speak positivity into your life. So let's start out with 3 cards for the first half. We're starting out with, I listen to the inside whispers of my heart. I listen to the whispers inside my heart. You know, we have our internal voice, right? We have our internal intuition. Those of you who truly tap into your intuitiveness and you take that time to have those quiet moments, whether it's 10 to 15 minutes or as long as your schedule allows you to have that quiet time, find that quiet time so you can listen to the whispers of your heart. They could be telling you things that you need to hear, or maybe directing you in the direction or path that you need to go. So I listen to the whispers inside my heart. The second affirmation for the month of July is, today, caring for my energy is my first priority. Today, caring for my energy is my first priority. As you wake up during the day, you start out your morning, you say your morning prayers, your grace, you're getting yourself together. Take a few moments to say, today, caring for my energy is my first priority, because your energy is the first thing that people attack or they're gravitated to, or one of the most important things that you share every day as you go out your door. And you want to protect your energy because it's so vital and it's so much needed for you and your path. The final first half of July's affirmations is, it is always the right time to start. I love it. It's always the right time to start. And maybe you need that affirmation to remind you that, you know, you're never too old. It's never too late. Don't say never. Don't have regrets, because it is always the right time to start. A lot of things we want to do and accomplish in our time, but ultimately we know spiritually it's divine timing that rules. So never rule anything out, and never second guess yourself, and never feel like a failure because something has not worked out in your particular time frame. It is always the right time to start, whether it's a time to start to get a new job, to start a new career, to change your looks, to improve your speech, to start a new relationship, to start a new relationship with God, or a new relationship with a partner, or starting a relationship of self-love. It's always the right time to start. Maybe you've never driven before and you want to get your license, and maybe you're turning 61. Doesn't mean it's too late, as long as you you know, you can read and you can see and you have your vision and your clarity and your marbles are all together, and you can read and pass the test and you can be a responsible driver, it's never too late to drive. It's never too late to follow your dreams. It's never too late to fall in love. So I love that we end this first beginning half of July with "It is always the right time to start." And as we close out this first half of July's combined crystal and affirmation reading, I pray that you as a Sagittarius and you as an individual will always keep in mind that it's the right time for you to start. This could be the most important affirmation that you say, because a lot of you are holding on to things that you want to do, but you feel the time has come and gone or it's too late. I think, and I appreciate, as you should, the universe kind of awakening that energy within us and shining a light upon and saying, no, it's never too late. It's only late because you think it's late, or that you're not motivated as you were maybe when you first wanted to do something. But it's always the right time to start. So whatever it is that you want to start, may you start it now in this month of July. Thank you for joining me. As always, subscribe, share, like, and comment. I love you, and happy 4th of July.